Ko, Holoyim La, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekat Kodash. I want to give a double honors to the apostles and elders that prophesied and rule well for the hopeful 144 and 1/3 of Yasharallah, who this world refers to as Israel, starting at the house of great millstone. Shalom to you, Akim, who teach and learn in sincerity. Shalom to the Akwith, who learn in sincerity. It's your brother, Kanan, and this will be titled Another Example of How Sleazy E Does It. Yes, Sleazy E. So what I want to first do is get the word example.
Example.
A thing characteristic of its kind of illustrating a general rule. Okay? Oh, okay. Or Salakia. A thing characteristic of its kind. So showing you example is bringing forth what it is, like an example of a jars, or example of an athlete, or it's illustrate, okay, or illustrating a general rule, or saying here's an example, like when you start a job and they tell you that you must do this and you must be in compliance, and then they give you an example. Okay, well, this is another example of how Sleazy E does it. And you know, E stands for Edom, okay? Esau's children. Now, this is the definition of sleazy.
Sleazy.
Of a person or situation sour, corrupt, or immoral. And that's what these people are. Okay? Let's get it. This is the book of Job 24. Salakia, Job 9 and 24. The earth, the whole entire earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Okay? And who is wicked? We know that. He's been identified, starting with Sleazy E, Edom, Esau. Okay? The people running this world. Okay? So once again, the earth is given from who? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges. Therefore, if not, where and who is he? Okay? You looking at an example of him right there. Ben Jew. False flagging with spiritual Babylon to back him up. Spiritual Egypt, spiritual Sodom and Gomorrah, backing up supposedly Israel. Okay? Which we know that's not prophecy. It doesn't line up. This is my fair use copyright 107. I'm not selling the product. This is strictly for educational purposes.
In a striking example of how the world has been turned on its head, footage was taken by a Dutch photographer which showed Maccabee hooligans attacking a Dutch resident. Western media organisations then used this footage to suggest it was Maccabee fans being attacked. This was the context.
Ain't that funny? Maccabee, they don't stole everything. The wicked. Once again, he covered up the faces of the judges. Now we know the Maccabees from the brothers. They are of what you would once again consider a so-called African American. Okay, so hey, this is funny out here.
The context for attacks on Maccabee fans, none of which I condone. I have to say, being continually accused with no evidence of any description of supporting violence by people who don't just support violence, but support genocidal violence. Support violence which slaughters countless children every day in Gaza, as you literally listen to me speak. Well, as I'll keep saying, they really have turned the world on its head. The point is, this context was deliberately and deceitfully stripped away by Western media outlets and politicians who claimed this was a pogrom against Jewish people on the streets of Amsterdam. Now, Sky News, having been pushing comparisons with Kristallnacht on air, they actually did their job. They posted a video which accurately gave context. And you know what they then did? They deleted it. Let's explore this further, but first, let me show you their original clip.
Violence in Amsterdam left at least 5 people injured and dozens have been arrested. But what happened? Supporters of Israeli football club Maccabi Tel Aviv arrived in Amsterdam ahead of their UEFA Europa League match against Amsterdam club Ajax. On Wednesday, social media videos verified by Sky News show Maccabi Tel Aviv fans tearing down Palestinian flags from outside of homes. Other social media videos appeared to show residents chasing Maccabi Tel Aviv fans. On Thursday, just before the game, crowds of Maccabi fans were filmed singing racist and anti-Arab songs. While a pro-Palestinian demonstration had been banned by the mayor over fears there would be clashes. Later that evening during the match, Israeli supporters appeared to disrupt the minute silence for Valencia flood victims with chants, whistles and fireworks. Maccabi fans were seen attacking locals as a police car can be seen driving by. People with Palestinian flags were seen marching on the streets. Maccabi supporters say they were beaten and attacked on the streets of the Dutch capital, with videos showing some of the violence.
Say free Palestine and we go. Good.
Sky News could not independently verify all of the footage shown. Police arrested 62 people. 5 were taken to hospital, but have since been discharged. Israeli far-right ultras are notorious for their racism and physical violence. Dutch, Israeli and British leaders denounced the attacks as anti-Semitic and even referred to it as a pogrom. But their statements failed to mention the assaults by the Israeli hooligans against Dutch citizens.
As I say, they then deleted this. Originally offering no explanation whatsoever, they then posted a...
All right, let's take a little break. So you see what's going on. Once again, the media, which is witchcraft. And whose side is the media always going to be on? On the little hatters, Amalek. Okay? Why? Because once again, Job 9:24, the wicked run this earth for this time, for this eon. Look it up. Meaning a time, a kingdom. This is their kingdom. Okay? So they can get away with this wicketry. But let's get these scriptures to back this up, though. This is the book of Isaiah 5:21. Salakia 5:20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil. Okay? So with all this chanting for the Palestinians just to be destroyed, so because basically we know what they want. They want their property, they want them out of there. And more than that, they want their birthright back. That's the overall, but they'll never receive that. Okay? So we know what they after. That put darkness for light and light for darkness. That put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Now, if you don't see that what's going on with Israel right now and their behavior, their habit, okay, starting at their leader, Ben Juyunat, okay, Ben actually Milkowski born. If you don't see what's going on with this nation, and then including spiritual Babylon, which is United States of America, aiding them and their behavior and how they've been throughout all the world, I mean, then you just blind, okay? Woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes, okay? And with that, now once again, all these tariffs that the United States of America try to slap on these countries, a continuous war complex, never ever being at peace with any land, okay? Always thinking that this by ruling with the iron fist, that's their version of being wise, okay? And by their wicked draconian wine, by their philosophies, okay, by their unrighteous decrees, meaning their treaties that they set up that they never honor, and prudent in their own sight. Hey, and that's just summed up simply with lean not to your own understanding. But this man, Sleazy E, was created to lean to his own understanding. Once again, the scripture says he think of himself as a God, okay? He is the creator, all right? This is the book of Ezekiel 35 and 6. Therefore, as I live, saith Yahweh Bashmi Shah, Allah power, I will prepare thee unto blood. Okay? He's going, hey, this is the end all of Edom. Not whatever vocab Malone thinks whatever it happened, whenever it happened, but he can't put his finger on it or a time at it or spiff it. No, it's because they're still here to this day ruling these nations. Okay? Nations, plural. All right, look around. All right? Once again, the fiats in your dollar, who's on them? In your pocket, the fiats in your pocket, whose face is on them? Okay? And blood shall pursue thee, since thou hast not hated blood. When have they ever hated blood? Didn't they just find a brother hung up by his neck with a noose just the other day and said that it was nothing to see here, no racism here? Just, all of a sudden all of these jakes is coming up being hung again, and they're literally trying to say it's this suicide or something. Like, after all of these years, we chose a noose to put ourselves to rest. Man, come on, bro. All right, so once again, and this is for you so-called African Americans, Native Americans, Hispanics. This ain't no so-called black thing at all. Nothing to do with that. You so-called African Americans, Native Americans, Hispanics, listen up, and you speckled birds, okay? And we cover that. I almost bring it out every video, so let me say it again. You go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, regardless of what your skin tone, hair color, hair tone looks like. If your father's seed goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, fortunately, you are of Yasharallah, okay? Now, if you can't receive that, unfortunately, then you are of the 2/3. At least you repent, and Yahweh Bashmi Shah puts it in your heart to repent and turn to him, okay? So once again, therefore, this is Ezekiel 35 and 6. Therefore, as I live, well, will he ever die? No. Saith Yahweh Bashmi Shah, Abba, Father, Allah, power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Okay? Reap what you sow. Sith, thou hast not hated blood, never has Edom hated blood. He was given a sword. He's always used it. Even blood shall pursue thee. Thus will I make Mount Seir, that's their home, okay? That's a home, and there are people before a place, most desolate, okay? And cut off from it him that passeth out and him that returneth. And I will fill the mountains with his slain, okay? Slain men. And that's, it's coming up right now. Armageddon, okay? World War III and Civil War, and in thy hills and in the valleys and in all thy rivers shall they fall that are slain with the sword. I will make thee perpetual desolation. I will make thee perpetual desolation. Okay, and that's and look, that's what's coming to spiritual Babylon. It's going to be known as a monument. All right, the smoke's going to be going up for years, but even after that, never inhabited again. Okay, that's a promise from Yahweh Bashmi Shah over here in the United States of America. And thy cities shall not return. Okay, and thou shall know that I am Yahweh Bashmi Shah, because thou hast said, these two nations and these two countries shall be mine. Who are these two nations? The northern and southern tribe, Judah and Israel. All together, Yasharallah, he Prince of Power. Okay? A people before a place. So wherever we are, but mainly over here in spiritual Babylon, okay? And you can also refer that to the fact that they dwell in the land that they're not supposed to dwell in right now, over in our chosen land, with what is known as Israel, Yasharallah, and also over here in spiritual Babylon, United States of America. Okay? That was given to who? The northern tribe. Before they came over here, before Christopher Columbus came over here. Once again, a lot of our people like to say, we ain't come over here on no boats. We ain't come over here. You're correct. The northern, yes, well, actually, you did come over here on no boat. And you did leave through, it's called the trilingual slave trade. So we was traded on boats too. But as far as the whole African thing came over, no, the southern tribe did though. So yes, Northern Tribe was over here and we are a group of people. We are the same people. We are the same family. But yes, our ancestors did come over here to serve out this captivity with us, Northern and Southern Tribe. Okay? So once again, let me read Ezekiel 35 and 10. Because thou hast said, these two nations and these two countries shall be mine, and we will possess it. Whereas Yahweh Bashim Shai was there. Therefore, as I live, saith Yahweh Bashim Shai, Allah power, I will even do according to thy anger, to thy love, to thy forgiveness, no, to thy wrath, to thy anger, and according to thy envy, which thou hast used out of thy hatred against them. Man, that's that indignation, righteous anger. And I will make myself known amongst them. What did he do? Once again, what did he do in Egypt originally? He made his name famous. Now, what is he going to do this last time? Make it famous forever and ever, and make his children famous forever and ever. Okay, no more bowing down the knee. When I have judged thee, and who is he judging? Starting with Edom, and then the rest of the nations. Okay? And hey, 2/3 of our people will be judged, okay? And then they will come back in their righteous mind. All right? And thus, and thou shalt know that I am Yahweh Bashim Shai, and that I have heard all thy blasphemies. Okay? Now that you hear this, what they're saying, well, once again, the media always spewing blasphemy. First of all, they're not the people. Benju unite. The Bible says we must kill Amalek. Well, heads up, you're Amalek, buddy. Tag, you're it. Okay? So all of this blasphemy, all of these lies and going against, once again, Job 9 and 24, he covereth the faces of the judges, and he has done that. And we still live in this time, which we know is a whitewashed, which they're not white, but, you know, that's what it's known as. You know, that's what they've done. Okay, so once again, this is Ezekiel 34, or Salakia, Ezekiel 35 and 12. And thou shalt know that I am Yahweh Bashim Shai, and that I have heard all thy blasphemy which thou hast spoken against the mountain of Israel, the mountains of Israel, okay, of Yasharallah, he prince of power, of his children, his chosen, like it or not, starting at the house of Edom, and definitely you, vocab Haman Malone, saying, and then ending at the house of Yasharallah, you stupid ass, what does it call you, sadish, meaning stupid. The children of ours who don't want to accept it, that's who we are. And he's heard the blasphemy against us, and he's returning us back to our power, saying, they are laid desolate. And they think we are, because right, once again, to this day, we're in captivity all over the world. They are giving us to consume. And that's exactly what they think to this very day. They are given to us to consume. And look, Amalek don't give a damn about his. That's why what you really looking at is him going against his own people. Okay? He don't give a, well, not the Palestinians, but they're amongst them, because a lot of them are just, I mean, what are they? It's a religion. They're converts. So a lot of those people do belong to Amalek, but he don't give a damn, for real. Shit, they're in civil war, so Amalek definitely don't give a damn against Amalek. And over here, what's about to happen? Civil war. All right? Edom versus Edom. Keep it moving, though. This is the book of Zechariah. And this is the point I like to bring out because it's just true. Nine and 6. And a bastard shall dwell in Astra. Okay? A bastard. Not a child. Not, once again, not a nephew. Not a cousin, a bastard, a foreign, a descendant. Once again, this inheritance belongs to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, not Abraham, Isaac, and Esau. Okay? Have you ever played the game of Clue and you had two of them right and one was wrong? You lost. You're no longer participating. Okay? You got to have all of the clues in. It's Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob's descendants. Okay? So who is that bastard who's over there right now? Man, well, you already seen the picture. I don't want to mess up where we are. All right? A bastard shall dwell in Astroth. And I will cut off the pride of the Philistines, which the Philistines don't even dwell there. There's the Palestinians, okay? Philistines are Hamites, okay? So he removed them and he put some other imposters there, okay? Now let's get back to this video.
Another video they called a re-edit, which wasn't a re-edit at all, we'll come on to that, accompanied with a tweet reading, "Editor's note, this is a re-edit of a previous video which didn't meet Sky News' standards for balance and impartiality." Not a re-edit. It was a completely different video. Then they deleted that and then uploaded a...
Thank you. Listen to what he's saying right now. Pay attention. This is the media, witchcraft. Okay? They charming so heavenly, but the problem is we live in a time of information. So if you're really paying attention, and the seers, the prophets are, you see right through their lies. See, we're not ignorant to their devices.
Editor's note, this is a re-edit of a previous video which didn't meet Sky News' standards for balance and impartiality. Not a re-edit. It was a completely different video. Then they deleted that and then uploaded a third version. Now, the brilliant academic and near namesake of mine, Mark Owen Jones, an expert in disinformation, has done a detailed analysis of what Sky News did. Let me go through his thread. He says, "This is nuts. After mysteriously deleting a package covering the Amsterdam protests, Sky News have put up a new version. The new version completely changes the thrust to emphasise that the violence was anti-Semitic. See the opening screenshot change below. The image of the video changes from Israeli football fans attacked in Amsterdam, what we know, to what we know about anti-Semitic violence in Amsterdam." He then notes how the language was changed. In the first tweet accompanying the video, it says, "Maccabi Tel Aviv fans tore down Palestinian flags and chanted racist Arab slogans. The Israeli team supporters were attacked and fights took place in the streets." That's accurate. That was then changed completely to "Violence in Amsterdam, what we know so far. Police in Amsterdam arrested 62 people following violence in the city on Thursday night. The city's mayor, police force, UK Foreign Secretary David Lammy and others condemned anti-Semitic violence." It then inserts into the video footage.
See, that's cold because once again, we're on the verge of the famine of the word. Okay? It's coming. Obadiah chapter 8. It's coming. The famine. There will be a famine, not of bread, not of water, but of the word. And you see what the media is doing. They're just lying continuously. And if you still, I mean, hey, like I said, if you're a voter, then you believe some into the bullshit that they feeding you. You got to look past it. Hey, we grown people. All right? Use the wisdom that Yahweh Shah has given us. Okay?
Of the Dutch Prime Minister condemning anti-Semitism. Mark Owen Jones notes they added an impact narrative and vox pops, but only from a Maccabi fan.
See, I don't know if you're following this. I'm going to back this up. They literally played the video explaining what happened. These Israeli fans came up into this country, tore down their flags at their houses. What United States of America gonna do is some Russia soccer fans came over here and start tearing down your flags. Okay? Then, I mean, of course y'all gonna chase them down the block and put work on their top. Okay? So what was whatever they call that about this moment when those people were the aggressors, like they always are? Okay?
Foreign Secretary David Lammy and others condemned anti-Semitic violence. It then inserts into the video footage of the Dutch Prime Minister condemning anti-Semitism. Mark Owen Jones notes they added an impact narrative and vox pops, but only from a Maccabi fan, not a resident of Amsterdam. No one who was on the receiving end of violence from Maccabi hooligans. And this man says the attacks remind him of the 7th of October.
And hey, once again, where was we at? I want to go back. Because I'm not even making a joke out of this. This is Ezekiel 35. I just want to bring that verse back out again. Here it go. "And thou shalt know that I am Yahweh Bashem Yahushai." Salakia. Ezekiel 35 and 12. And thou shalt know that I am Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and that I have heard all thy blasphemies. Now, once again, Job 9 and 24, he covereth the faces of the judges. Do you know who the Maccabees are? Do you know who the Maccabees are? They not these wicked people, okay? I just wanted to bring that back out, all right? Right there, that's a part of covering up the judge. He did to everybody. Yahweh Shai, Yahweh, King David, Moses, you name it. Every time we ever see it, it's been whitewashed. You name it. Been red wash, my bad. Edom wash. Just call it what it is. Edom washing. Blasphemy. All right.
Mark Owen Jones then notes the original report ends with the reporting saying that while politicians called it a pogrom, their statements failed to mention the assaults by Israeli hooligans against Dutch citizens. He notes this was deleted. Why? That's what happened. It's accurate. It's literally describing accurately what happened. Now, similarly, Sky News...
So what does that tell you? He's telling you right now. I read that Isaiah 5 and 20. Woe to them that call good evil and evil good. I mean, it's just ass backwards. You know what I mean? You look at turning up the upside down, man, making right upside down.
Also edited their online article. As David Clark, former special advisor to the late Labour Foreign Secretary Robin Cook, notes, the chanting of Maccabee fans is no longer referred to as racist. Now, just to be clear what we're talking about, this chanting. We're talking about chants of kill all Arabs. They're literally mobs of hooligans who were behaving violently, rampaging around a European city, calling for the mass extermination of an entire ethnic group as their state slaughters Arab civilians, not least in Gaza, the West Bank and Lebanon, every single day. And they sang...
Okay, let's get this. I mean, hey, it's playing out. It's the Lord's story. Obadiah chapter 1, verse 1. The vision of Obadiah, thus saith Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Allah, power, concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. An ambassador is sent amongst the heathen. And to this very day, this ambassador is speaking. Okay? All of the mighty men that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai set up, starting at the house of great millstone, starting with the apostles. Okay, then the Zaquans, then the Achium, the like-minded men. Okay, for real, the ambassadors are speaking. Okay, arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Who is her? All of the nations. Okay, behold, I have made thee small amongst the heathen, amongst the 17 nations. Okay, Salakia. It's 18 nations, so amongst the other 16 nations, because that doesn't apply to us. We need Yahweh, Yasharallah needs Yahweh Bashem Yahushai to come and finish this for us. But all of these nations with all the arms and building themselves up, the book of Joel, okay, that have been beating their swords into plowshares, getting ready. North Korea, this is an example. Behold, I made thee small amongst the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. Okay? Now I'm going to skip down to 6. Hebrew hopscotch down to 6. We're going to jump around because it doesn't make sense, says vocab, other than when he does it. All right? He has the permission to do what he learned from our apostles and elders how to do. That's funny. Obadiah 1 and 6. How are thy things of Esau? Okay. And once again, who did this start off speaking to? Edom. So who is Edom? The grandchildren, the children of Esau. Okay. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? Okay. How? Because we have the technology now to see it, call it out in real time. Once again, they tried to destroy that video. All right, they deleted it and then tried to come with their own witchcraft, but it didn't work because once again, you got their own people. He causes them to fall up on their own tongues, exposing them. Now, I can't say, wait, that guy, he could be a speckled bird, but I'm not here to debate that. The point is, he looks like an Edomite, and he's still telling on the Edomites, okay? And that's scripture. All right? Obadiah 1:7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. And confederacy means alliance, okay? That's that was that NATO talk, okay? They got alliance, okay? The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread, okay, that break bread with you, okay, have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. Okay. Shall I not in that day, saith Yahweh, by Shem Yahushai, even destroy the wise men out of Edom? All of the wise men. Now, what's that? Okay, your head honchos, your government, your leadership, and the understanding out of the mount of Esau. What's mount go to in? Mount goes in the government. So once again, all the governments, and Edom is not just United States of America. Edom is just not so-called Israel. Edom is also Russia. It's also your European nations, and also Edom is embedded in all of these other nations, all throughout South Africa, probably Northern Africa. There's Edom, okay? Just like we got speckled birds, all right? They have tares, okay? It's the same thing. Well, we tares mean people that look like us, that look like they could be us, but they're not. But I'm gonna refer to them as the same. They got their own version of that, whatever you want to call it, speckled bird or not, but. Yeah. Okay, Kamala Harris. She's one. You people got tricked into believing that she was an African American woman. Now Eve is all flipping out, pulling her weave out over this Edomite. She's an Edomite, and her complexion comes from her grandmother on her father's side being maybe Jamaica, because that's the plantation, and then her mother's side being Indian. So that gave her some complexion. Okay. All right, so that's right there. That's an example. So, all right. Once again, Obadiah 1:8, Salakia. Shall I not in that day, saith Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, even destroy the wise man out of Edom? And once again, look what you was given and understanding out the mount of Esau, which goes in the government. And the mighty man of Teman, which was a German scientist, Oppenheimer, and those guys who got split up between Russia and the United States of America. Now, think about that. After World War II, okay? So, once again, they're all family. Shall be dismayed to the ends that every one of the mounts, once again, the government of Esau shall be cut off by slaughter. He didn't say just spiritual Babylon. He said every one of the mount. They all got to go, okay? They've all got to go. Now, let me get this for you, and we're going to be ending this off.
Wild. It's not just racism, it's genocidal racism. What is more racist than calling for the extermination of an entire people based on their ethnic group? There's literally nothing more racist than that. That is the most extreme end of racism. But they strip the term racism altogether. Insane. David Clark then adds, second, footage that in the film was described as showing Maccabee fans attacking locals is not referred to in the story at all. Instead, there is a still photograph but no description of what it depicts. This is lying by omission, stripping away basic facts which distort your understanding of what happened is still a lie. He then goes on, third, the timeline of events, which is described clearly in the film, is now blurred, so the first examples of violence against Maccabee fans could be taken by the reader to predate the incident in which a Palestinian flag was torn down. So they've turned the timeline upside down to again make it look like the Maccabee fans, hooligans, were the victims. Turned the timeline up.
Just imagine these people came in to your town. Once again, I've already said this. Imagine they came over here to spiritual Babylon for a damn soccer game and started going through your neighborhood, ripping down your United States of America flags. Who's going to respond to that gracefully, nicely? Man, these people are really fucked up.
Upside down to again make it look like the Maccabee fans, hooligans, were The victims. As
Oh, that's what Elder Malcolm from Chicago always says. I wish I could pronounce. They're the man. Oh boy, I wish I could say it. They're the victims, but at the same time, they're the bully victims. That's not what he says, but that's basically they're the bully slash we're the victims. Want to go jump a man, jump 12 versus 1. Then if that man kicks back, they want to go press charges against the police because he fought his way up out that corner. Hey, them type of people.
David Clark concludes, news organisations sometimes get things wrong and should be willing to change content accordingly, but they should do so transparently. This looks like a news organisation manipulating the truth as a result of private pressure. Sky News need to explain themselves, he says. Well, they haven't explained themselves. They just added to the bottom of the article, editors note the video in this piece is a re-edit of a previous version which didn't meet Sky News' standards for balance and impartiality. Why? What did it violate? Which standards? They need to set that out. What standards for balance and impartiality did they violate? Literally, it just described what happened in order. So what didn't it meet? Now look.
Okay. So we're going to end this off. I pray this has been edifying. Once again, this is another example of how Sleazy does it. I mean, this is the book of Micah, chapter 2, verse 1. Woe to them that deviseth iniquity. And we know iniquity is sin on sin on sin on sin on sin. And if you can't feel it, then you just can't see it. And work evil upon their beds, okay, continuously. All right, stop and consider what is all taking place based on the actions of these people. Even as you think it doesn't affect you, you know it affects your dollar. It affects your dollar from taxes because they're taking our money. It affects your dollar because their transports ain't coming in. Okay, all of these things are happening. All right, so woe unto them that deviseth iniquity and work evil, bad times upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in their power of their hands. Man, boy. And this covers both of the first verses we got into, Job 9:24 and Isaiah 50:20. I mean, it really does. All right, they called one said that he covers the earth is given to him. That's Job 9:24, and then Isaiah 5:20 said that he's going. They turning shit upside. They call evil good, good, man, bad. And this is verse 2. Okay, Micah chapter 2 and verse 2. And they covered fields. What are they trying to do to Gaza? What are they trying to do to all of that land? They trying to cover it, okay? Covering it. Take it, okay? And they take them by violence, all right? Right. We don't see this. And you people are good with it. And houses. And take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. And once again, they want to destroy the whole heritage of you, Jake, you so-called African Americans, Native Americans, Hispanics, and obviously the Palestinians too. But with that said, I pray that this has been edifying. Okay, once again, this has been another example of how Sleazy does it. Shalom.